Welcome to this week's episode of Ask Cirque.
Well,
it wasn't me this time. It wasn't me this time.
No.
Hey Cirque fans, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Janel.
Did you know we have an office in Las Vegas?
With 7 Cirque du Soleil shows here, it only makes sense.
Anyway, welcome to this week's episode of Ask Cirque.
Will we answer your question?
Stay tuned to find out.
In this episode of Ask
Cirque. So I'm here today. I have a question from Amalia White 123 from Instagram. She asked me, how many hours do I train? Well, Amalia, it's the depend of the day. I train a lot. I have a different type of a train during the day, okay? But I can put like 8 hours with performance, you know? So hope that I answer your question and you have a good day.
The question is, how do the dancers and acrobats become so flexible? Well, I think first you're partially born with it, but then you'll see everybody working on their flexibility in the training room all the time and warming up.
Maria Stewart from Facebook asks, if I was to join the cast of any Cirque show in Las Vegas, what are the hours normally for a performer? Maria, you'd be very surprised to learn that most Cirque performers work a standard work week. Our artists perform 2 shows per night, total of 10 shows per week. This equates to about a 38 to 40 hour work week, which includes about 12 hours of training and rehearsal time, about 15 hours actually on stage, and the other 10 hours are for prep time before the show, hair, makeup, and costume dressings. So if you're interested in joining the circus, you can go to the Cirque du Soleil website and look for casting.
The question that we have is from RF Bite and Unapologetically Me, asking who is the oldest and youngest members of the Cirque du Soleil family. So the oldest Cirque du Soleil member right now is Brian Dewhurst. He's 85 years old and he's playing Brian Le Petit in Mystère in Vegas in one of our shows. And then the 2 youngest members are 8 years old and they're both in love. They're playing the young kids of Liverpool and their names are Zach Del Campo and Daxter Vernon Curtis.
So we have a question from Instagram. At one point did you know you fell in love with the circus? So for me that was 14 years ago. I met my boyfriend at the time, 14 years later husband, who was a gymnast and got cast to go to Canada to train and become an artist. So after learning how to be a yogurt or a bird, he was sent to O and left for Vegas. I joined him 3.5 years later, proposed on stage at O in front of 1,800 people. The pressure of him saying yes, which he didn't, he just cried and jumped. And then we got married, and 14 years later we're here, and we have 2 beautiful children. I fell in love again with the circus when I started my job here at Cirque 7 years ago. I am in corporate giving, so we work with at-risk youth every day, children that are in need and don't have much. We get to take them to our stages and teach them how to go on a trapeze and be confident, or do a pyramid and learn about teamwork. We get to give them tickets whenever we have a few seats open. So it's pretty neat. It's a very humbling experience. So this is how I fell in love with the circus.
You know, for anyone that wants to join Cirque du Soleil, I don't think there's ever an age where it's too young to have a dream or a goal. I think that if this is something you want to do, you try to be the best that you can be, and you just reach that goal. And you know, I trained many hours a day as a synchronized swimmer. People trained in gymnastics and pantomime and acting and acrobatics. So I think that you just train and train and train and try to make yourself as the best you possibly can be.
Dimitri93 from Twitter asks, what's your 5-year plan for Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas? Well, Dimitri, that's a great question. 5-year plan in Las Vegas is to continue growing the shows that we have here while also exploring new partnerships, new content, and fan engagement. We've done a great job over the last 25 years bringing people into this city to experience our shows in a first-class way. And now we have the opportunity, because of what we've done, to continue to grow. And that'll include partnerships that maybe outside Cirque du Soleil that people aren't even aware of now. But the whole point is we're an evolving company. We are willing to try new things, which makes the company great. We're always looking at ways to treat the fans to what they want and expect from Cirque, and to keep engagement growing at a very high rate. We're super excited for the future, and we want you guys to all be part of it.
Ooh. It depends. It's difficult to say for everyone, but I would I would encourage you not to think that you're only 12 and you have a lot of time to go. I would encourage you to practice hard and master your your area where you're training on, because I'm from professional acro, and I started sport at 11 and I won world championship at 15, so it only took 4 years. Therefore, there's no really an age where you have to wait. Okay, I have a lot of time, I can just wait. No. If you as more you practice, as better you get. So if you start young, it's a great thing, and just keep practicing, get better, and the better you're gonna get, as better places you can work.
And Araz, how many years did you train before you joined?
You know, I never had a big dream to be. I started at 9 years old, performing in the stage. So 9 years old, I did my first show in my country. And I never had, because the Cirque du Soleil was very bit too far away from me, it was really hard to dream about the Cirque du Soleil. But I think the time, we learn, even now, we have the new things that we want to know. Dima has, sometimes he just changed his pole, he did it more higher, so it's the difference for him, it's a new challenge for him, and it's the same for us. 12, just work hard, as Dima said, just work hard, and one day you will. Like, I had the email from Cirque du Soleil saying that, we'd like to have you in the Cirque du Soleil show at Zumanity. I was like, no, this is a joke. And I went to McDonald's. I was in Russia in that moment. And then I come back and I read it again. I was like, no, this is actually something really serious. So this is my story to get to. But of course, it's a lot of work before. Just keep working hard.
We're doing great. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Ask Cirque.
Comment below to let us know what you thought. What are some of your favorite questions?
Click here to watch more awesome Cirque du Soleil videos and playlists.
Click here for show tickets. Oh, and click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to flip your everyday reality the Cirque way.
Where everyone every day is extraordinary.